Well, hello again people and welcome to the second episode of Moonshiner's Way. If you saw the first one about the Hennigan Stead, you know everything about it, but to decide which shack location is perfect for you, well, you'll have to learn about other locations as well. So, our second review is about a shack adjacent, or to be more precise, least far away from the Hennigan Stead. If you know your frontier well, you already know which shack I'm talking about. It's Tall Trees. Before the introduction of the Wilderness Camp to Red Dead Online, this location was very popular because of its proximity to Manzanita Post, but also for being pretty close to Blackwater as well. If you have Wilderness Camp, Manzanita Post remains interesting just because you have a few collector items spawning on different days, so you'll always have something to pick up. And since we talk about collectibles, you have jewelry right here, and you also have one tarot card right here on this bench. Not too far away is another item to be collected, as you can see. This shack location is famous as the place of the regular grizzly bear spawn location, so it might come in handy when you have a bear to kill as a daily challenge as well. There are two legendary animals spawn very close as well. By the way, on the screen we are watching one of the easiest deliveries which has no tricks, so I'm not talking about it. Yeah, legendary animals. Those two are Snowbuck and Wakpa Boar, so sedate, sample, or just simply kill these for a lot of materials. Flora and fauna are generally rich here, but I guess you have figured this out already, so I'm not gonna bother you with this anymore. Not too far away from the shack is Sean McBride's shack, so if you want to take a chance on a blood money line of work or just regular free roam missions, you'll have Sean to provide this sort of work after you finish your Moonshiner tasks. You can also see other points of interest or places of interest, and as I've already mentioned, Blackwater is pretty close by, so if you need anything but a gunsmith, you will find it there. You also have two deliveries towards Blackwater, the only difference is where to take turns, but you'll see this eventually, of course. Now, this delivery in particular is one of my favorites all around. It is fairly short and has trick to deliver your shine without any fuss. If you take a turn to the right instead of suggested left, you will have easy road, no roadblock, and if you don't hunt squirrels, you won't even be attacked by Skinner brothers because they won't have time to spawn. Easy and fast delivery, probably the easiest one I can't remember. Have a look, guys. So, as I've already told you and you can see on screen right now, we're approaching this delivery's end without any gunshot fire. Very easy delivery and all around the easiest one in the game in my opinion. Now, in this chapter of this video, we will cover two deliveries in one chapter. Of course, I'm talking about two deliveries towards Blackwater, and the first one goes towards the camp, while the other one goes towards Saloon. There are no differences. You have roadblock in the same place, and only difference is where you take turns when you approach Blackwater. You will see this by the end of this chapter, but this one is fairly simple, fairly short, and in my opinion, one of the easiest in the game. I mean both of these, of course, and I will not bother you with my comments about these two deliveries anymore, and well, see it for yourself, that's the easiest way. Now have a look at this place, this, let's call it crossroad. It is not very important for you, but this is where these two deliveries are different. The first one, towards the camp, goes to the left, while you deliver towards Blackwater Saloon. Just continue straight ahead, follow the road, and you will reach Saloon in a bit more seconds than towards the camp. And that's it, guys, regarding these two deliveries. Very simple, short in my opinion, and easy. So, after we covered this delivery, we have another with a very neat trick to use. This one is fairly long, so I'll speed it up a bit until the important part. Now, this is what you should do. Just turn left and trust me, you will be crossing water anyway, so it doesn't matter where you do it. Actually, it is even better to do it here instead where you were supposed to. You will see this in a few minutes as well. Now, after you cross the river, there is a chance skinners will attack you, and you can either start aiming towards skinners and let autopilot handling horses, but you will risk your shine this way. Not just because autopilot isn't that great at all, but because your attackers are aiming poorly as well. So, if I were you, I would get down from my wagon, kill Skinner brothers, and continue delivery afterwards. If I recall, I had 3 waves of Skinner brothers at most, but quite often there won't be enough time for more than 1 wave anyway. Oh yeah, I've just remembered. Do you see this shack to the right, this burned down shack? This is the place where you do another delivery towards this part of West Elizabeth. And that particular delivery gave me an idea to create this shortcut for this delivery we are covering right now, which would be a bit harder if I didn't come up with the idea of this shortcut, as I already mentioned. Now the only thing left to do for you after you clear this wave of Skinner brothers is to follow the road ahead and do the delivery. Have a look. Game, set, match, and easy money. Now let's go back to the crossroad again. This is how a regular route looks like. It's much longer than the one I suggested. You also have a roadblock set on the banks of the river, so if revenue agents decide to open fire, you're stuck in a pretty ugly place to fight them off. I mean, I know you're the fastest gun in the West, but your shine will most likely be hit a couple of times, so you might lose some while you trade bullets with agents anyway. But if you don't trust me, of course, see it for yourself until the end of this chapter. Now, since this is the place you already saw in the first part of this chapter, I will not show it to you again, of course. We have 2 more deliveries to do, and both are pretty straightforward. The only thing to pay attention to is when you're delivering your shine to a Lobos fence is this crossroad. Don't follow it and make unnecessary turns to the right which can damage your bottles. Just follow the road straight ahead and you have nothing to worry about. Crossing the bridge can always be tricky, but if you take care you might end up either without damage or with a little damage at most. And our final delivery is towards MacFarlane's ranch. While this delivery goes, I will tell you my humble opinion about Tall Trees Shack because I have no tricks to show you about this delivery. Tall trees have no cons, really. I can't imagine any downside for this shack. If you're new and wilderness camp is too expensive for you or you even don't have naturalist role, then you will use Manzanita Post traveling posts for a while and take maximum advantage of it. Seasoned players will cherish everything else: legendary animals, collectibles, boat-rich flora and fauna, a place for your camp, whether it is in Great Plains or tall trees, proximity of the Blackwater, and not being too far away from Strawberry as well. So many great advantages, and on top of all that, the best set of moonshine delivery routes in the game. Period. I can't say any route is hard. Maybe some can be considered moderately demanding at best, but in all honesty I find them all to be easy. Some people will say that the downside is densely populated Great Plains area, but I can't say I had any problems to deliver my shine, not even once. So ranking this one was the easiest for me. Clear winner which stands firmly above all other shack locations. Number 1 place, Tall Trees Shack location for me. This one is equally great for newbies and seasoned players who still want to earn their dollars easily. Tall Trees Shack may not be your favorite and you might get bored from it from time to time, but you will always come back to it, trust me on this one. And with this being said, this fairly long video comes to a close. So see you guys in the next video. Cheers!